All right. Hello. Welcome to your reading, Virgo. So this is for April. I know I haven't done this in a very long time, so I'm so sorry, everyone on the channel. I hope to be a lot more consistent. Hopefully, from now on, moving forward. Obviously, life is full of unpredictable things, but I'm feeling optimistic. I feel like I'm kind of finding myself all over again. It's nice. So, I think for your reading, Virgo, I'm going to do 2 cards from this deck for each portion of the reading. And then we're going to clarify them with this deck. I'm setting the intention that any overlapping cards are telling me to go off of emphasizing on that meaning. It sounds a little bit confusing, but basically these are both tarot decks, and some of these cards, like the Three of Swords, for example, in this deck is, I guess you could say, fundamentally different than the Three of Swords in this deck. So if they were to overlap, I'd read probably both messages, but I'm setting the intention that I'm supposed to read the meaning of that message from this deck. Though I tend to do that anyways, but yeah, we're just gonna get started. So, by the way, this is just the overall energy for April. After this, we're going to do a sort of shorter reading on love life in April as well as career life in April. Probably starting with career life. But yeah, let's go ahead and look into it. So the beginning of April, we've got the Sun card, and we've got Pulsar, Earth, stability. Stability in the home life. So I feel like, Virgo, things are very positive for you right now at this time. And at the start of April, things are still going in a very positive direction in your life. Perhaps with finances and with the home life and your stability. And the Hermit. And this is bringing you a lot of internal peace. It's like, because you're having a lot of peace and stability in your surrounding environment, that's helping you harness peace and stability in your internal environment, your spiritual body, yourself, your psyche, your soul, your spirit. So that's the beginning of April. That sounds really good. Overall, in the middle of April, we've got the Nine of Swords with the Page of Pentacles with the Fool card. So what am I getting here? I feel like you might have some anxiety, though, even though this is true. Even though you're in a more stable environment, you might still find yourself feeling anxious, that you're still only in some of the beginning stages of your journey, of this phase of your life. It's kind of really looking yourself in the mirror and feeling anxiety or stress about money or about your worth. That it's not the final product, the final result. So It's like I feel like you're analyzing these fears and anxieties and these like um thoughts of self-doubt, and there's a key word here says rumors. I'm getting that's all that they are. Those fears and doubts about yourself, that about like where you're at in life, that's all they are. They're simply rumors. They're not true, you know? So this is like reminding you to really invite that fresh start into your life. And I feel like you've already had it for a while, but this is like really integrating it into your energy space. And like, we're not like blocking out the fears and doubts and anxieties or anything, like pretending they're not there or anything like that. It's just like you're seeing them, you're feeling it um, openly, and you're like clearing it and allowing it to sort of be released so that you can really embrace the fresh start that you've had for some time. And for some of you out there, if you feel like you're still looking for that fresh start, then this is a message that like you're really inviting that fresh start into your life um, throughout April, especially in the middle of April. I feel like it's going to be a very significant theme for you, wanting a fresh start or wanting to embrace your fresh start that you have. Um, Anything along those lines. So that's what I've got for the middle of the month. Then at the end of April, we've got the Page of Cups with the Five of Swords and the High Priestess. I feel like the end of the month is you feeling at peace with your situation and the direction things are going in life, while also kind of knowing that there's still going to be um, challenges along the way that like logically just make sense. You're like, there's definitely going to be things that need to get figured out: travel, expenses, food, clothing, um, which Airbnb would I stay at, or what place would I move to, or like what hotel would I stay at? You know, it's like you're like hopeful for the future, but some rational challenges come up when you think about it looking ahead. You're like, yeah, I'm going to need to save or budget. So it's kind of like planning for your future in a more intuitive way at the end of the month. Of course, you could be writing stuff down while you're planning. Um, but this is just kind of saying that like you have this confidence in you now that like whatever the future throws your way, that you have the you trust yourself and your internal wisdom, that you have everything you need to be able to work through it and figure anything out that gets thrown your way in life. So there's something like that you're feeling really confident about at the end of the month. Maybe your lease is up in a year, like, and you're thinking like, okay, in a year I'm gonna need to know where to go after that. And you're like, but I trust that I have what I need and I'm gonna figure it out once I get there and as I get there. And again, that's just an example. But yeah, there's just like certain plans that you've got in motion, and those fears and anxieties that you're like working through clearing. I feel like you do a good job of that, um, and that you still gained something valuable from them, which is like it did get you thinking about like the potential risks and things like that along the way on your journey, but not to get held back by those potential risks. and real risks that, or challenges, real challenges that will come along the way. So that's what I have for the end of the month, and then we're gonna just clarify the energy of all of this, like some bigger themes. Starting with the beginning of the month, we've got the moon, the world, the phoenix card, as well as the Four of Wands. Wow, yeah, really coming back together with yourself, things coming full circle for you. Really reconnected with your intuition and your subconscious, and you got the message for what your subconscious was trying to tell you, and it was helping you make sure that you get to your destination that you've been wanting to go to in life, spiritually speaking. You were looking for certain experiences and a way of energy to hold, like a vibration at, and it's like you found a lot more of that. Yeah, definitely an energy of like success, victory, and celebration. And I feel like a lot of April's energy at the start is very much so about celebrating yourself and celebrating love and life and your loved ones. Yeah. Just a celebration of sorts at the start of April. Like the first couple weeks of April is like that type of energy. Plans, plans for meeting up with people or hanging out, um, a party to attend, you know? Yeah. And these can be plans that you make with yourself too. You don't technically need a party of people to celebrate. Um, so yeah, it's just like in whatever form that manifests into your life. So the end of April, we got the Two of Wands with the Emperor and the Nine of Swords. So yeah, definitely a card of fears and anxieties, and that your fears and anxieties helps carry you forward in a way. I think it's because sometimes we have more fears and anxieties when things slow down. When we're in a more peaceful time in our life or in a time of pause in our life, sometimes that can bring us anxiety because we know that this pause is not forever, and in that we like want something more and we want to move forward, and we're worried that like we don't know when or how that's going to happen. But I feel like I feel like you've got a really steady path ahead of you that's possibly going to be pretty consistently just forward and building up. So I feel like this period of time in your life that feels like a time of pause is actually a time of steady movement. And maybe in about a year from now, you'll see the progress. You'll see that you've come a long way, that a lot has changed. So, yeah, we're just going to get the overall final message for this part of the reading, which is this card. Let's see. January 30th. Joy, romance, love. I know you can't read the words that I wrote, but yeah, card number 10. Joy, romance, love. Enjoyment of your life. So I feel like you're going to be really enjoying this journey that you've got for yourself at this time in your life, this April. And just like that, this new life that you've been in, you've been really enjoying it actually. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's the overall energy for April. Let's look into love for April. I was going to do career then love, but let's just do love and then career. I'm going to put some of these cards over to the side. Okay. So, some love messages this April. The Four of Pentacles, Four of Earth, the Hermit, and I guess both these cards want to come out. The Four of Wands with the Binary System card, and the Justice card. So I feel like your message for your love life in April is to stay devoted to your path, to living your life your way, and trusting that everything's working out for you, that you're still coming together with yourself, of course, and in essence, with a partner for those of you who are wanting that in life. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's carrying yourself forward and trusting your own spiritual journey, finding yourself, and in doing that, finding someone and finding the right people. It doesn't have to be a partner. It doesn't even have to be a singular partner. Like you know, and it can be friends, family, just like whatever you find on your spiritual journey about what you want in life or who you want in life. By finding that out internally, that's what you find externally. Um, and for those of you who already know what or who you want, or that you want true love with someone, then this is like you're finding yourself more and really connecting with that energy internally, spiritually, meditatively, if that's a word, uh, through meditation, just like hermit energy. And yeah, to me, it just looks like you're really coming together with that. Things are gonna turn out right for you. So if any of you feel like you've been really like trying to push forward and it's been a while where love life has been sort of stagnant, maybe you've reached a place where you're pretty stable with it or like feel comfortable about it, but it's still like stagnant. This is saying like things are moving forward for you. I feel like by the end of April, it's like you'll be maybe in a similar spot still, but that like you're gonna feel energetically like something has shifted. Yeah. So let's get like a final message for love. Okay. So let's see. This one. Okay. Another red card. Cool. Ooh, it's this card. Funny enough, I did a jigsaw puzzle, and it was this exact image. So I was really surprised to see it on my calendar 2 years ago. I was like, what? And yeah, I did this very puzzle with a sibling of mine who is a Virgo. So it's just very synchronistic. But yeah, your love message, card number 28, preparations being made, work in progress. Yeah. So that's your message for your love life throughout April. You're really getting where you need to go to be in harmony with your love life and whoever you're meant to find on your journey. So the universe is like setting everything up for you right now at this time throughout April for things to come together and for things to make sense. So nice, nice. I like it. And then finally, we're just going to do some career messages as well. Okay. So we've got the death card at the start of April when it comes to career. And career can be about your day-to-day life, your routine, hobbies and interests. It can include like workouts, exercise, physical health. Like that's what I mean by career. I think life itself is like a career. Like we're all working, our hearts beating constantly is hard work. So no living being isn't working. You know what I mean? So the Death card, the Emperor card, the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Sun card with the Ten of Wands. Cool. So yeah, when it comes to this area of your life, career, whatever that means to you, it seems to be going through an emotional transformation. So some of you, maybe your day to day is sort of the same. Like you're still doing a lot of the same things that you normally do, but it's like things have shifted forward. Your perception has changed. So the way you go about it has been changing to be more emotional based and love based. You're finding the romance in life, in day to day life. You're finding like your spirit guides, for example, like feeling more connected spiritually. So, like, when the day's going by and you're like in your own world experiencing it, you're also feeling very otherworldly. The term is like Piscean. Haha. So, Two of Swords at the end there. So yeah, it's like your career path, you feel like whatever changes that it's going through right now, that it doesn't feel like it's super like major of a change. It's not like leveling up significantly from one part of your life to a completely new part. It's more of the same, but in a very positive way, where it's really got you thinking about what you want to really do next. So it's like at the start of the month, all the changes that you've gone through when it comes to career or life, you feel very like self-sufficient or victorious. Like you've got support, but it's you who gets to walk this path of like feeling secure and stable and like that you made it. But when your heart starts calling out for more, you feel kind of not ready. You feel sort of still maybe wounded spiritually. It's like a lot has happened in this world, physically, mentally, and emotionally, that you've worked through, but yet spiritually, you know that in your subconscious that your body, your body and your entire being has gone through certain things that you just simply can't pretend to have forgotten about. It's like the lasting effects are still there. So maybe some trust issues and some wounds along those lines, or some actual like fatigue, feeling drained. Like it can be any of those as well. So I feel like there's going to be this moment when you're just going about your day, doing whatever you do for work, for living, and you kind of get to this point here and there where you're like, you're thinking very much about romance and love, and you're like, should I be doing this? Is this the path I should really be on? Or um, do I want to stay in this exact spot in my life? Or do I want to let go and try and experience something even more positive for myself? And I feel as though that's what you end up doing. So this isn't necessarily saying that you're giving up on something specific on your journey, um, but something that you are letting go of and giving up on is the uh, the burdensome energy, the heavy energy that you've been carrying with you for some time. Like you're letting that go in some form, and feel you might feel like symbolically acting on that. So if like getting a haircut or quitting a job or going on vacation, if like some changes that you want to do that symbolize that you're like letting go of this heavy energy that you had been really holding on to and weren't ready to really accept ended or happened the way that it did. And that could be even like accepting that your body has taken a real toll from that experience or whatever. It can be any number of things, from that to like missing like someone or a time of your life when things were simpler, for example. But it's like you're making your peace with all of that and you are ready to leave the past in the past and really move forward in the present and towards the future. So that seems to be going on when it comes to your career life. I feel like you're not all that focused on your career, even though maybe a lot of the times you normally would be or are. But I'm getting in April, for those of you who might resonate with this particular message, that you're not all that focused on career. And it could just be because you have so much more stability now that you're not asking the big questions about that anymore. Yeah, instead you're asking like bigger questions about your life, about love, about spirituality and peace and joy and connecting with like someone really important, connecting with others. And I was watching my Leo season, or not season, my Leo reading for April, and I heard how many times I was saying like filler words, like the word like. Um, so if it's bothering anyone out there, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. So your final message for career life, this one's more of a blue card. Blue and red. January 28th. Whoa. We're getting card number 21, resolve. I know what to do. This is the way forward. This is it. Yeah, so I do think that this is you knowing what energy that you weren't fully recovered from, that you weren't really healed all the way from, but that you're ready to let go of now so that you can feel much better. And it's that you know what you need to do for things to get better when it comes to your life overall in general. So yeah. Which, even though nearing the end, there's this Two of Swords here, which is a card of needing to make a decision between two paths, a crossroads. I feel like this is saying that when that crossroads approaches, where you have to decide between two paths, that you'll know which path to take. You know which one is the way forward. You know what you have to do, or what you want or need to do. Sometimes knowing what decision to make is the hardest part, just making a decision. And I feel like for your life's path at this time in April, that you pretty much will be able to make all these decisions along the way, and that you'll have that confidence and resolve in your path. So I do feel like you're really set on the journey that you're on, and that you're just going to keep moving forward. And this is sort of Spirit's way of encouraging you and giving you some messages of hope that you can focus on yourself and your career, your life, and love life can still work out for you, work itself out. This is like letting you know that everything is going to work itself out for you. So, yeah. That's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that was a good reading, and I'll try to be back for May. So, yeah, see you all then. Take care.